Hey everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm going to be doing my introduction for my Partners in Cream project for 2022. So this project was created by Steph Lyons and Dylan over at Outward Processing, and this one's been on my radar for a while. I think I've known about it since like March or April of last year, but last year I was really focused on a rolling project 10 pan, really hoping to clear out as many older items and partially used items out of my collection as possible. That was a very successful project. I did finish up a ton of items, so now I was thinking for this year I wanted to do something a little bit smaller and not be pressuring myself to pan like 10 items at a time. With the size of my collection, it just kind of wasn't something that I felt particularly inclined to do. So then when I was looking at all of the items that I did want to maybe work on this year and possibly finish up, most of them were cream products, so I figured that this would be a much better fit for my general panning goals for right now than it was last year. So I am super excited to be getting in on the action. So the general premise of this project is to be working on 3 to 6 cream products with an optional quarterly refresh. So I'm going to be starting this project off with 5 products in and then holding space for 6, which I'm hoping will come in next month. I didn't expect our online learning period to be extended till the end of January at the absolute earliest. They were saying 2 weeks when I packed for Christmas break, so I didn't bring everything because I didn't think that I would need it. But anyways, here we are. So I've got my products here, so let's talk about what I'm going to be working on at least for the first quarter. As a side note, most of these are holdovers for my rolling project pan, so if you're not new to my channel, you might have seen them before. So I generally start in the order that I put things on my face, so I'm going to continue doing that. So I'm going to start off with my Rare Beauty Concealer. Now this was in my project pan for I think the latter half of the year, and I have been trying to finish this. For a while there, it really didn't look like I was making any progress, but I actually only have like a quarter or so left. As you can see, this one is quite a bit lighter than I am, so I am trying to finish it off by mixing it with other things. I really like the formula of this, but like I said, the color match was not my finest work, so I am just trying to finish this up and move it out of my collection. I think I did place this a little bit low. It looks like it's about here, so I have, I would say, about a quarter of this left. I think with how much of this I use at a time, I'm thinking another couple of months before this one is finished. I think I might aim to have this one more or less finished up, or at least try to remove the stopper if that's possible by the end of the first quarter. Next up, this is my only remaining item that I didn't finish in my rolling 10 pan from last year, and this is my Colourpop Super Shock blush in between the sheets. Now I have used up quite a bit of this, and I sort of was going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to put this in this project because it is getting fairly dried up. I don't know if you guys can see, it's definitely a lot less squishy than it used to be, and the color payoff is not fantastic on this anymore, but I do want to give this a little bit more of a go and try to just get some more usage out of it because I was really hoping to finish it. I kind of don't think that's going to happen anymore. I've kind of dropped that goal, but I would still like to get a couple of more months of use out of this before I decide to declutter. I think by the end of the first quarter, it'll probably be time to say goodbye to this one. I know that you can revive these by mixing them with Duraline or face oil, but I am really not emotionally invested enough in this. If I like the formula more, I would say this is not my favorite thing. It's definitely workable, hence why I'm still working on it, but it's not my favorite thing to use. So I think by the end of the first quarter, I'll probably be ready to call it quits on this one, but I think for now I do want to give it a little bit more of a go, so this one is going to be coming in as well. Okay, next up I have a brow pencil. Again, this was in my rolling project 10 pan as well. So this is the ABH Brow Wiz in the shade Auburn. I thought I was Auburn, apparently I'm not quite Auburn enough for this one. So I've been kind of working my way through this one over the last couple of months or so, and this is pretty slow going. I don't fill in my brows as a daily thing. I'll do it maybe a couple times a week, so I expect to maybe have slow but steady progress on this one. So this is how much I have left on this right now, which you might think that's not a lot, but with the frequency with which I do my brows, I think this is more than enough to keep me going for the next 6 to 8 months. I do like having this in a project because it does motivate me to reach for it more than I would otherwise, so that's why this is coming in. So my last couple of products are lip products. So the first thing, if you've been around, you might have seen this before. This was in my project pan as well, and this is the e.l.f. Sheer Slick in the shade Wild Peach. I'm not really sure exactly what is peach about this, but I've been wearing this one around as like a lip balm. It's a really nice hydrating formula. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The swatches of this online kind of catfished me a little bit. I was not expecting it to be hot pink. I wouldn't have purchased it if I'd known that. It is what it is. I have it, and so I'm trying to finish it up. So this is how much I have left, and I've honestly made a good amount of progress on this in between my finale for my project 10 pan and now. So I'm thinking, I don't know, 3 or 4 months on this one, and I think I could finish this one up. I will be tracking uses on everything else. I don't generally track uses on this one because I do reapply it through the day. Because I'm online for at least the next month, I think I'll be able to get a good amount more use out of this than I would if I were on campus and having to be masked up all day. I think having this one done by the first quarterly refresh is probably pushing it, but I think maybe a month or so after that, I'm thinking this one could be gone. So I'm thinking maybe 3-4 more months on this one and it could be finished. 4 months is probably a little bit of a stretch, but I think 3 months for sure and this one could be finished. So my last items are a duo, but I'm counting them as a single item because they were sold as a duo. I did buy a couple of the CoverGirl Outlast liquid lipsticks over the summer, and I do like them, but I don't love them. They're a little bit They're a little bit finicky and sometimes they look great and sometimes they don't. And I also realized looking through my collection that I have a bunch of lipsticks in various formulas that are in the same color family of like peachy nudes, because that's generally what I tend to gravitate towards on a daily basis. So when I was kind of assessing which ones I wanted to finish up this year, I figured that this one would be the easiest to finish up, and it's a formula that I like but don't love, so I figured it would be really easy to throw in a project and have finished. So these come with the liquid lipstick itself and then a gloss stick, so I'm going to be working on both of those. So the liquid lipstick itself, this one doesn't settle super well, so I haven't marked it, but I'm thinking I'm somewhere around here, so about, I don't know, a third of it left. So I really want to finish this one up. I think if I wear this a couple times a week, this could be gone within a matter of months. I don't think the same for the gloss stick because there is quite a bit more left in this, and I would like to completely finish this one too. So I don't think the gloss stick is going to be as easy to finish because there is like this much left, but my parents have a wood stove, so it's always really, really low humidity in the house. So I find myself reaching for moisturizing items a lot more than I would if I were in my apartment. I figure that something like this I'll get a lot of use out of just for wearing around the house on a daily basis. I can top off pretty much anything with this, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get through it within a few months. I think that's definitely doable at the rate that I wear chapstick and the rate that I need to reapply, so I think this will be a good thing to have in for this time of year. So those are my items that I'm bringing in. I'm hoping that I'll be rolling in a highlighter for the next update, but I really didn't expect to be finished with my other highlighter so soon. This is what I'm going to start off with. If you're doing this project, let me know down below. I'd love to check yours out. If you are doing any project pans, let me know how they're going down below. If you haven't already subscribed and you want to see more of my face, I upload new beauty videos roughly once a week, so if that floats your boat, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Bye!